Namaste beautiful yogis, welcome to a Vinyasa flow class. Let's begin at the front of our mat. Deepening the breath, allowing the feet to sink down into the mat, allowing the heart to expand with each inhalation, allowing your body tension to melt away with each exhalation. Inhale your hands all the way over your head, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, long spine, forward fold. Let's bend the knees slightly here. Bring your hands behind you, clasping, softening the shoulders, pressing the hands away from your back, stretching the shoulders. Let your head hang heavy. And let's come into chair. Open the right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Open the left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Back to center. Chair pose. Inhale your hands over your head. Sit back. Pull the belly in. Take the left leg all the way back into high lunge. Drop the knee down and take crescent lunge. Let's walk the left hand down the left leg and turn to your left slightly here. Great. Coming up into high lunge. Step into chair at the front of your mat. Take the right leg back in lunge. Lower the knee down. Bring the right hand down the right leg and turn to your right slightly. And inhale your hands over the head again. Come up. Step in chair. Take the left leg back, drop the knee down. This time bring the right hand down the left leg and twist to your right. And lunge, chair pose. Take the right leg back. In high lunge, drop the knee down, crescent. Take the left hand down the right leg and twist to your left. Inhale, both hands up. Let's bring them on the floor and step back in plank. Nice strong plank. Lower down onto your belly. Cobra. Inhale. Open the chest. Extend the tailbone down. Feel space, no compression in any part of your spine. Great. Lower your chest down and take the left leg up. Right leg up. Just take in the legs. Right leg up along with the left hand, alternating sides. Left hand, right leg lifts up. Great. And back to downward facing dog. Walking in place here. Still paying attention to your breath. Take your right leg to the front of the mat and take warrior one. Press the outer edge of your left foot down. And let's open into warrior two. Walk your feet a little further apart from each other. Externally rotating the left hip. Straighten the legs. Reach way ahead of you. Triangle pose. Really lengthening the spine here. And let's reach with the left hand up and over the head, turning the palm of the hand down. Great, both hands on the floor, plank. All the way to your belly, cobra. Inhale, look up. And exhale, downward facing dog. And let's take the left foot between the hands. Come up, warrior one, pressing the outer edge of the back foot into the floor. Hips are facing forward. Relax your breath and rib cage. Soften the rib cage. Opening up into warrior 2 and straightening the legs, triangle pose. Lengthen here, breathe. Reach with the right hand up and over your head, palm of the hand facing down. Let's bring both hands on the floor, plank. Lower down onto your belly, cobra. Lengthening the back of the neck. And baby chaturanga from your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears, pull the belly in and up. And let's walk the feet to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward bend. Clasp your hands behind your back. Soften the shoulders. One more shoulder stretch here in a forward bend. Chair pose, reaching the hands over the head, sit back. And coming out of chair, inhale your hands all the way over your head. Drop the right hand down the right leg, side reach, changing sides, lengthening both sides of the torso here. Inhale both hands over the head. And step your left leg back, high lunge. Opening into warrior 2. Reverse the warrior, walking the left hand down the left leg. Really reaching through the fingertips on the right side. And let's turn towards the back of the room. High lunge, left leg leading. Reach over the head. Warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Walking the right hand down the right leg and really lengthening. And let's straighten the legs. Feet parallel to each other. Clasp your hands behind your back. Left elbow up, right elbow by your rib cage. And let's bring the left hand on the floor, right arm reaches up. Inhale, coming all the way up, changing sides, clasping your hands behind you. Right elbow up, left elbow by your rib cage. Inhale, halfway up, bring one hand down, one reaches up towards the ceiling, twist. Forward bend, both hands on the floor. And let's bend the right knee. You can clasp your hands here, wrapping around your right leg. Open the chest, lengthen through the crown of the head and stretch the opposite leg. Changing sides, bending the left knee, maybe clasping here, flexing the right foot, pulling the toes in towards you. And let's step the feet closer to each other, yogic squat. Hands in front of you. Bakasana, crow pose. Knees high on your triceps. Lift your feet up in the air if you can. Lower back down, yogic squat, hands in prayer. Excellent. Step back into downward facing dog, hands at the front of the mat. Let's bring the right knee between the elbows, left knee between the elbows, contracting the belly. Right knee in, left knee in, right knee in, left knee in, right, left, right, left. back to downward facing dog. And let's step the feet at the front of the mat, forward bend. Inhale, straight back, come all the way up to standing, reaching with your hands all the way over the head. And let's step the left foot towards the back of the room, high lunge, hands in prayer, twist, left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Open the chest, drop the shoulders away from the ears. You can extend one hand down towards the floor and one up towards the ceiling. And you can transition into an arm balance, optional, taking your legs off the floor. Lower back down, twisting high lunge. Let's bring both hands at the front of the mat, step it back, one-legged plank, lower down onto the floor, cobra. Open the chest, drop the shoulders away from the ears, tuck your toes under, back to downward facing dog. Let's step the feet at the front of the mat, forward bend. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing, reaching over the head. Take the right leg back in high lunge, hands in prayer, twist, right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Open the chest, drop the shoulders away from the ears and lengthen to the crown of your head. Keep your breath steady. Optional here is one hand towards the floor, one up towards the ceiling, twisting. And again, third level, optional, arm balance. You can bring both hands on the floor and take your legs up off the floor. And reversing the movement, coming back into high lunge with a twist. Both hands down on the floor, one-legged plank, lower down onto your belly, cobra. Chest opens. Exhale. And here we're going to go for a shoulder stretch. Come onto all fours and take your right shoulder, back of the shoulder on the floor, reaching with your hand all the way across. Back of the head on the floor, twisting here and allowing your shoulder to stretch, your spine to twist. Coming up, opposite side. Taking your left hand, palm of the hand facing up all the way across. Breathe. And coming up. Coming to all fours. Take your left leg up, right hand to left ankle. Lift, stretching the shoulder here. Changing sides. Softening the shoulder. Release. And let's come into a seated here. Right knee on the ground, left ankle on the outside of the right knee, right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Twist and look behind you, lengthening through the crown of the head here. Stacking the knees on top of each other, walking the feet towards your hips. You can bend forward here and breathe into your hip. A hip opener. Changing sides. Left knee on the ground, right ankle on the outside of the left knee, left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Twist and look behind you. Allow the shoulders to relax, lengthen through the crown of the head. Stacking the knees on top of each other. Bending forward. inhale, coming up. Extend your legs in front of you. Right leg extended, left foot on the inside of the right leg, forward bend. Inhale, coming up. And let's bring the left ankle above the right knee. Opening the hip here, forward bend. Flex your foot. That's another hip opener. Let's bring the foot into the elbow, inner elbow, opening. Changing sides. Right foot on the inside of the left inner thigh, forward bend. Inhale, coming up. Let's bring the right ankle above the left knee, reaching up and forward, forward bend. Breathe into your right hip, opening the hip here. And let's bring the foot into the inner elbow. Come up, another hip opener. Hugging your leg here. And release. You can lay down onto your mat, on your back. Bridge pose, feet parallel to each other. Lifting the hips as high as you can. And release down. Supine twist. Let's take the right knee across from your body. Look over to your right. Changing sides, left knee across. Look over. Your left hand. And prepare yourself for Shavasana, the final relaxation. Laying down, making yourself comfortable. Allowing your thoughts to dissolve. Allowing your mind to be still and present and accepting the present moment. Allowing yourself to observe. Observe your body and observe your mind as an external observer. Disconnecting from the ego, from the desire to control each and every moment, to control your thoughts, to control all outcomes, but rather allowing yourself to just be present and relaxed and at ease with all that it is, with everything around you. Finding a place of acceptance, a place where you're worry-free, in your mind is light. You feel the freedom of acceptance and the joy that it brings you. Every moment has within itself the polarity of absolute joy and the flip side, the things that we can attach to and start criticizing. So it's a choice. It's a choice that we make consciously to which side we want to experience, observe, and be. Allowing ourselves to experience the joy and happiness of life consciously, with awareness. And staying in that place of joy, of freedom, of lightness, acceptance. Namaste.